are we doing?
I'm all right. I think it's we just made it on time at 8:30. Good evening.
Yeah, we're actually cheers everyone. Red wine I see.
Yes, not red wine I see. What are we on?
Big pint of Pilsner today.
Good Lord. You probably need it because your voice box has been tested today, so I understand.
Yeah, honestly, mate, it's like I haven't spoke to anyone for what seems like a month. Well, it is a month, extensively. And then today I chatted to myself for like 2 hours, and I've the old throat's feeling it. I know what it's like to be a singer.
Good Lord. You're not going to burst out into song on us now, are you?
Oh, I can't now, mate. Now I have to rest my voice for tomorrow's segment.
I struggle with that as well. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night singing opera, apparently.
Yeah?
Apparently.
You've shaved your head a bit more today.
I have. I've had a haircut. It's a rare thing for me.
Yeah, you're going a bit Phil Mitchell on us.
Good Lord. I'll start working on the accent to go with it. I'm not sure I'll be able to pull it off. I can't be
cock and knee.
So anyway, how are you? You okay?
Yeah, mate. Good. Obviously today we were doing started the live video, which started with any technical drama because it wouldn't be a Nemo video without technical drama. And then we had like headphones die halfway through. And apparently if you go live on YouTube, you can't change the mic that it picks up.
Right.
You have to stop it and start it again. Ridiculous. But yeah, apart from that, everything's all right. How are you over there?
Trials and tribulations of technology. Yeah, very well. Thank you. Very well. Busting to get back out and do some running and testing and all that other stuff. We've got a few little new things, haven't we, that we want to get out on track and get proven. But yeah, otherwise good. Counting down the days until we can get on with it.
It's not many now.
Shall we do an early Leroy shout out? Have we got enough people watching or making any comments?
We can try. There was a few people chatting already, which was good to see. Craig Homer was the first on, at least on my watch over it. Evening, chaps. Buzzing for Sunday. Never want to hear the words lockdown again, although some Chinese firm will probably make an RTR and call it that. Yeah, wasn't there a tire called Lockdown?
There was.
Proline.
I think it was Proline, wasn't it?
It was. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. I think it's pretty much like this lockdown.
Yeah.
Simon Lee. Sorry, chaps. West Ham are playing tonight, so he's out of here. So the Hammers are more important.
Yeah, mate.
Ivan says, good to see a pro do a car. Were you doing a car earlier?
Well, I was just going to say, who was the pro? He beat me to it.
He needs to get a fully built one. I was explaining that we can do builds for people. We just don't really offer it as a service. But if anyone does fancy it, they can always send us an email or a message.
Yeah, definitely.
Quake, who was watching me earlier, his father's laptop shit itself. Now Quake is back watching us now. So, hi, Quake.
Hi, Quake.
Live N5RC. Good day, everyone. It was a nice weekend of racing here in the States. Lucky guy.
Yeah.
Lots of team changes and announcements. Yeah, it's been a bit busy, hasn't it, already? We'll talk about that in a bit, I'm sure.
Yes.
Andreas, he was watching me earlier. Hi, Andreas. Hope all is well, mate. I said I started racing in 1997. He said he wasn't even born then. Made me feel really young.
Oh.
Cakes by Claire. Cakes by Claire's online. Good evening, boys. Claire, Kevin, and Elise. Chewy Gaming, who we still don't have on as a guest. He said, evening, chaps. We're looking forward to getting back racing. Of course, we are indeed. Andreas talks about people leaving. Scott Follington says, good evening, Lee and Baldy. You're going to look like that, Scott, though, because I've seen your dad.
Yes, exactly. I'm not sure that Scott's that far behind me, actually.
No, I don't think so either. Arvinder says, evening, Arvinder. Marcus Butler, hello. Chris James, me likey and CJ tuning in for Monday Night Merlot Club.
It is a Merlot, actually, for me tonight.
Oh, there you go. They're outside your window.
Yes, indeed.
Scott Follington says, is Sunday still happening? I'm sure we'll talk about that shortly. Yes. Lyndon Hammer, hi guys, hope all is well. Lyndon is from Plymouth.
He is from Plymouth.
Lee, I recall you asking for my name earlier. Feel free to call me Kevin. Okay. I thought Quake was a bit of a strange first name, so his name's Kevin. Some guy come on called Jonesy Cram. Not quite sure who that is. He says evening all.
Well, I can't. I've got to. He's just. He's a hero. He keeps providing the questions when I'm asking for some questions in our group. So I'm very glad to see you online, mate.
He does. He doesn't ask them on here though. He could ask them on here too. Scott Fallington sends some laughy faces and kisses. Martin Watts says evening. And there we go.
Marvellous. All caught up. That was a very nice, easy one.
Yeah, it was an easy start. That. I mean, there's a few people missing. Yayan's not on yet. Nobby is not appeared yet. Sarah Campbell online says hello from Sarah and Craig. I don't know if I missed that one. Can't remember reading that one out, but I've just seen it. So yeah, there we go.
I think we should do a new feature, which is what is the hat that you're wearing? And each
Where's
week,
the hat?
Yeah,
today
we get the hat. Look at that.
Today it's a representing hat. Obviously, there's been a few changes in their business model in the last day or so. A few people leaving. So
are those changes to supply equipment to their distributors so that you can sell the equipment?
So yes.
Ooh.
So I mean, it's a conversation more for me and you, but we're now.
Yeah.
So remember the person that we were dealing with before?
Yes.
She has been fired.
That's the best news I've heard all year. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a lovely person, but you are useless.
Yeah, and it got acknowledged that she was actually ignoring our emails and orders.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's something.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, that's
exciting. Yeah, that's exciting.
Exciting stuff. Someone's demise will help everyone out.
Yes.
But yes, there we go. We're up to date. This is actually really nice.
I haven't had a beer for quite a while, and when I do, it's normally a Desperado. So I'm a bit behind on the lagers. I know you're quite into a shandy every now, aren't you?
I do like them because it is a bit more thirst quenching than wine. Wine always makes me very thirsty through the night or whatever. But yeah.
The last one that I had that you recommended, I really liked. It was a Japanese one. What?
Asahi.
That's it. Yeah.
One of the best beers in the world, that mate.
Well, nice restaurant as well in Newbury that you've taken us very kindly to a couple of times.
Yeah, we were going to do the one up by you. There was one there, wasn't there? But we never got around to that before.
Never reopened.
Right.
So it's been shut basically all year, which is a shame because it's a very nice restaurant. But maybe they'll. I don't know. I mean, in that world, I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm glad that we don't have Nemo restaurants. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Bad enough, Frank, but we have to keep shutting, let alone restaurant with all those bills and everything else that hang over your head. So, moving on from that, what is in your closet this week? What gem have you got for us?
So, closet. I mean, if anyone saw, I did a new RC Cars that rocked the back end of last week. Took me a few days to edit. It was a long one. It was like 42 minutes in the end. Hopefully, people have watched it with the world famous Gil Losi. And I thought while we're on that, I've still got Freddie Russell's cars, which he lent me for the show. So I thought we'd just look at them before I gave them back because I'll never have them here again. So the first one, obviously the Losi XX.
Some famous colours on that one.
Yeah, some very famous replica. Yeah, just a cool car. I don't know if you've watched the video yet. I'm guessing probably not.
I've watched good bits of it because I knew you were going to ask me that. I've struggled to get just quite enough time to watch it all in one hit, but some good green room stuff, and obviously we always like listening to you talk. And Gil he's an engaging man. I think some of his ideas are very, very interesting, and some are very, very interesting. But always an absolutely engaging man to spend some time with. Lucky to have done so a couple of times.
Yeah, he's a legend. I always enjoy speaking to Gil. I mean, after that video, we stayed on and chatted for at least another half an hour about politics and Brexit and COVID and everything. You know, we delved into a lot of stuff. That'll be the part 2 video.
Yeah, if you ever need someone to go to dinner with, he's a pretty good shout because he's definitely got a good opinion on any subject that you could pick up.
Yeah, he has, and he probably knows more about it than you do as well, or any of us. You know, not you personally, but any of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is my first ever 2-wheel drive car. It was this model. This one's obviously not mine, but Freddie is building me one because I wanted to have it. Just a wicked old car. I just wanted this for my first 2-wheel, and I thought I'd better show it. But the double X4 which I've got over here, is a bit more interesting for me. So I don't have one of these. I don't know if I ever will have. I'll try and find a nice one, but this one's from Freddie as well, and this one's a brand spanker.
Wow.
Like there's not going to be, they re-released it, but there's not going to be many of these floating about, brand new XX4s. And I made my first ever Euros with this car. If you watch the segment about it in the video, we went to a manky old, well, I'm sure it was lovely, but it felt really rough and horrible dirt track in Austria, 2003. Yep. I was just some nobody who was going to Euros basically to try and get some experience. Still a bit of a wild child. I think I must have been 18 because it was like, you know what it's like. We were getting on the piers most nights, just having a good time, having a party. You know, racing for me wasn't a job. I paid for my stuff.
Yeah.
And I borrowed this off a friend at the event because I don't know what I was running that year. Obviously something I wasn't too happy with. But yeah, I borrowed one of these off a friend. It was his practice car. Ed Kerry, you remember Ed?
I do remember Ed Kerry, I do.
So yeah, his dad lent me his practice car. And I was overnight TQ. So
wow.
Yeah, overnight TQ. Ended up qualifying 4th. And that was my first Euro final there.
Wow.
And when I remember looking, like I'd never touched anything. I didn't even put electrics. I think we must have put a motor in it or something.
Yep.
Didn't do the shock oil for the whole meeting. And I remember someone looking at my car, like looking at the front end and then looking at me and saying, why are the shocks in different holes? I was like, I have no idea. I didn't do it. And they said, are you going to change it? I'm like, no, why would I change it? It's dive.
Yeah, it's going well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, this car was just a bit of a legend, especially if it was bumpy and rough. This car was a real legend. But I know I spoke to Gil. It was very difficult to bring this car to market. It was a very complicated car for other stuff that was around at the time. And if you think we went, going back a few videos ago, we talked about the Temp technology car and also the Yokomo we looked at. This is from the same era.
Yeah, so that's much more in line with looking at something that's relatively state of the art, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this was released in the same year, I think, as the Yokomo, which was 97. So madness, really, when you look at the next week. But everyone wanted the Yokomo at the time because it just won the world.
Win on Sunday, sell on Monday. I think those days are largely gone in Army a little bit because it's win on Sunday and Sue has got the best deal on Monday. I think is how it works these days.
Win on Sunday, Sue offers me a sponsorship Monday.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Yeah, very cool. So was there two? There was another car to come, or was that it?
No, that was it. Okay, that was it. I'll go back to my cars next week, but while they're here, before I take them back to our Fred, I thought I'd get them on the show and say thank you for Freddie for letting me borrow them.
Until you'd said a couple of weeks ago, I had no idea that he was such an avid collector as he is.
Yeah, I'll get over his house and do an RC Cars That Rocked show from his house, and we'll be able to look through the ages at almost everything. So,
how many did you think he had in his collection?
Oh man, he's got to have over 100, surely.
Wow.
They're in a secure location.
Yes. The bank vault.
The bank vault, yeah, and
if only.
They're awesome. They're awesome, but. There we go. That's my closet feature. It's not maybe as exciting as some, not as much as I could talk about, but still pretty cool.
And it's a good fit, good little haul, and it ties in nicely with your Cars That Rock with Argyll.
Yep. So if anyone hasn't watched it, go and watch it.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. So tell me a bit more about what's been going on in the States. Then what have I missed? Because it seems to be all action on the yoke front at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Pillars announced he was leaving, which I've known for a little while, but he's leaving. A few guys will follow him wherever he goes, I'm sure. So we'll see a few people leaving and stuff like that. Matty G, one of the drivers, like a stock racer, good little driver. He's leaving. I don't know where he's going. I didn't know he was going to leave. Mayfield will be staying, as far as I He's got a contract and he's happy and still winning everything and yada, yada, yada. So he'll be staying, much to, I think, rumours.
Yeah.
So, it's just a bit of a switch up for Yokomo, really, obviously. So, we'll see what other announcements are made. And then, obviously, we had Ryan leave and then joined WRC, which was a bit of a surprise to me. I don't know if you knew about it before.
Yeah, no, I didn't actually. I found that out with intrigue. And yeah, I wish him all the best with that venture. If anyone can make it work, I'm sure Ryan will. I don't know how their distribution set and all that sort of stuff is quite a big task to try and take on the States, as we know. But yeah, I wish him all the best with that. I think his wife's been recovering well as well, so all's well that ends well in that front. I know our Brandon has re-signed with us as well, so that was good. We were keen to make sure we didn't lose him. He's been doing so well. So apart from that, on our side, it's been quite quiet. I mean, I don't think Billy went out at the weekend. There was a couple of races on that we had some representation at, but I haven't seen results and stuff from that just yet. Sure, they'll ping through at some point. And not much going on in Europe, I don't think, obviously, because most of that's still on lockdown. So very quiet on the race results, sadly. Not going to be able to pack it for one of those this week, unfortunately.
Yeah, not much to report on that front. But we do have races to talk about this coming weekend. Obviously, we're being semi-allowed back out to race.
Yes, that's a very good subject that you just batted over to me, that we're working on still as we speak to understand just quite what we can do or not do this weekend. It's, I think, been quite difficult for everybody to work out. Some of the guidelines that came out were good, but left fairly large gaps for interpretation, which is always a bit dangerous. Yeah. Case. I think there has been some clarity come out from the BRCA today, hasn't there, on people travelling into a tier 3 for a race, which I think is not recommended. But if you're going to do it, you have to ask for permission from the club, I think.
That was if you're tier 3 and you want to travel to something else.
Okay.
So if you're in tier 3 and you have no local racing, and the club in tier 2 or 1 allows you to go, you can go.
Right.
It still says nothing about if your club is in tier 3 and which people traveling to that. Yeah.
Yeah. We're just busy trying to weigh up anyone that's watching that's hoping to come this weekend, and we're hoping to put a race on this weekend. We're just trying to weigh up some things with our local councils, parish councils and town councils and all that sort of stuff as to whether it's viewed as a good thing to do. Number one, obviously, we're trying to sell ourselves in as this great little thing of ready control car racing that we all love and do, on the backdrop of trying to get some pretty cool stuff for everybody with roofs over the top of the track and all that sort of stuff. So it's just trying to work out where we lie in terms of their interpretation of whether something should be happening or not. I think I'm quite happy now with what I've seen that we could actually do it in terms of, we can do it. It's just whether it brings the right vibe with everything else that we've got going on, like daily almost, with various councils and stuff. So I was hoping that we'd have some clarity on it for tonight. You and I actually haven't caught up today because you were busy doing your live build, which is awesome. So maybe we'll try and make a definitive decision by tomorrow, as I realise people have got to plan what they're doing and stuff. So yeah. It's just a really, really tricky, crappy situation that I wish we weren't in, but we are. We've just got to try and do the best thing holistically for everything we've got going on, because we're not there just for this one race this weekend and then never there again. We're trying to build something that's there for 10 plus years. So we might just have to be humble on this one. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll make a decision as soon as we can. Yeah, that's that. Keep a lookout on Facebook, basically. But there is some races I know definitely running. 1066 are doing an evening race.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, there was something in the morning. I think Surrey and Hants are on. I'm sure Brookthorpe. No, I'm not sure about them actually.
Again.
Anyway, I'm sure there's other things on. If anyone knows of races that are on, please chuck it in the side there. I saw some people asking about Deerdale or something like that. Yeah, I don't know if Slough is going to be on the Saturday. I haven't spoken to Sam.
Oh, that's Slough. Yes. No, I haven't spoken to Sam. I had Remote World still in my head from earlier on today.
SCMT.
Yeah, that would be very good to find that one out. It's quite tricky for us because obviously we come out of the national lockdown and we're straight into tier 3 with our track, which is a non-essential, and we are obviously a business. It impacts on us even being open for practice as well. So it's really difficult to tread the line between what we can or can't do without pissing everybody off, which obviously and we've been quite good at doing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, tread that line. Although when we were having the COVID police turn up,
yes,
we were on the boundary. So is that boundary in tier 2?
I think they're both tier 3.
Right.
Both tier 3. In fact, on what we Monday today, last Tuesday, I had, as you know, a long video conference with the parish council from one of them, and then this week we've got another video conference with the other parish council as well. So it is quite weird how the field is in one and the road is in another, and they both want to get involved with seeing what we're up to, I guess, really.
Yeah.
Which is great if we can harness it and use it as a good thing for the club and the area. It's quite difficult when they involve committees and nobody really knows what ready control car racing is and all that sort of stuff. You've got to start from the dot of what we're doing, which is not a typical raves or a crack den, unfortunately, at the moment.
Make more money, right?
Probably.
So Slough's not happening, apparently.
Okay, that's a shame.
Torch Winter Series is on. Pendle is running. Just reading down the side here. Slough not allowed as their tier 3 and no indoor racing, of course. Yeah, I should have made that connection. Sean Berryman says, hope we're both keeping well. Hope you guys can sort something to get going at the weekend. Watching eagerly. I'm in one of the least affected areas. It means dick all when the best track's closed. Yeah, because Sean's one of the only people in tier 1.
Wow.
Yeah. So
we'll just come into a Nemo 2.0 down with you, Sean, and we can just have like 4 of us go around.
Perfect.
We'll definitely be in the A final again then. So happy days.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. Just looking down the side here, a few people talking about the cars that I showed off, which was good. Barry Abbott asked about Yokomo, but I think I probably said that after what he asked. Dog's having a spaz. Are you allowed, Johnny Roberts? I thought tiers stop racing next weekend. No, some tier 2 and 1 can definitely race. And looking down, so yeah, I'm pretty much caught up.
I definitely think we could to the letter of the law. I think we can do the race. And as far as I'm concerned, I would welcome anybody from anywhere, because I think we're in an environment where we're covered up, we're socially distanced, everything's safe. Just like we've done when we had people advising us not to do some of our other races. I'm quite happy to fly close to the sun most of the time. It's just that nagging thing in the background that we're working on that you know very well, mate. I don't want to jeopardise potentials of that.
I was going to do a bit of weather watching as well.
It's supposed to go very, very cold, isn't it? I think at the weekend.
I heard it was going to snow on Friday.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Let me just have a quick look.
Once we've got what we could do is once we've got everybody stuck in the field and we've had to tractor them out and we've completely written the road off, I could write "We love you" to the local parish council.
Yeah, that's it. To be fair, we've tried to run everything really nicely, so if we do it really bad, they might love it.
Yeah, maybe they'll go away. I just think those go. We just need to be jippos and then leave us alone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you stay there for a while then.
Where are you?
Doesn't look too bad, the weather. It does say it's meant to snow on Friday though.
That would make Mr. Truman and my day if we woke up to a load of snow.
So a 45% chance of rain/snow.
And how's the Thursday and the Friday? Because that was looking a bit wobbly when I looked as well.
Thursday, light rain showers and a gentle breeze. It's probably going to rain, but it's not heavy. And then
so we could deal with that.
Sunday, clear with small chances of rain.
Cool. Well, let's see what steer I get tomorrow when I speak to our various people that are helping us with planning and stuff like that, and then we can get that out there for everybody as quick as we can. If we can't do it, we'll just do a blanket refund, I think, on this occasion, because we're going to be going into the new year, aren't we? We'll be January before we get to do the next race, and it just feels like that's too long to roll it over. So I think it's just easier to do a reset, and equally, we'd get to January and not know who's going to turn up and not, and it will be more difficult to actually get the race running properly on the Sunday morning when half the field don't turn up. and they've not told you, and all that other good stuff we know that goes on with toy car races. So
yeah, exactly. And to some extent, if you've paid and don't turn up, it's not your fault. It just makes marshalling and stuff a pain in the ass.
yeah, it does.
So yeah, that's that. What else have we got? We got questions. Let's move into question time as we're running out of like track / things to talk about.
Okay, I've got some ones that had come in from our group. Anybody watching, if you've got a good question for us, doesn't matter whether it's juicy and we're going to offend people, get it up there. Lee will answer it for you.
Yeah,
and, I'll take the easy ones. So the first question that we had come in from Mr. CJ: is COVID tiering impacting Nemo Raceway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next one.
Next one. Any e-buggy updates coming?
No, not really. Not as far as I've seen.
I think there'll be some hop-ups. We should have some new alloy front caster blocks, which will be for the e-buggy and for the Nitro car, which are in production at Gamma at the moment. So there'll be something new, and there'll probably be some upgrades coming along because we've had it out a few months now. So normally we start to try and trickle out a few different bits and pieces, but it's a very complete kit out of the box. So there's nothing mega coming, and certainly no new geometry development or anything like that. We're pretty happy with where everything's at the minute on that, I think. Leroy?
Yeah, just some shock piston sets will be coming.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it really. Some wing mount stiffeners maybe.
His wing mount stiffeners are waiting to be tested. They are waiting to be tested.
Sat aside.
We absolutely spaced, and I'm not quite sure how this happened, on the biggest news that we've had as a track, and that is we announced our 4-day Easter race with no DXR on.
Yes, so we should talk about that a little bit, I suppose.
We should, because it's a fairly big one. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that the DXR guys are very close to myself, and also I'm sure to Leroy as well. We've known them for a very, very long time. They were part of the original party set back in the day when we were stupid. And Nemo has always tried to be one of the sponsors as much as we could been able to afford to at their races and stuff. So we would never do anything to try and clash with them. Always want to try and support them, but they've taken the decision that it's not going to be able to happen this year, as in terms of DXR in 2021, which has left obviously a gap in the calendar, which we were keen to jump into. So we have. We've announced our dirty weekend, our dirt GP, which will be over the Easter weekend, 4 days. CJ asked the question, what were the plans for the 4-day Easter weekend? CJ, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer and watch this space. We're going to get into that over the next couple of weeks, and we'll have a good pack out there and some media stuff and all that good stuff early in the new year. So we're busy working on that, about to start working on that. It will roughly form the same sort of format that we're used to with DXR because it works so well. And if it isn't broken, don't try and fix it. So be plenty of practice, plenty of qualifying, and some fantastic finals for everybody. And we'll throw in some good, cool races as well. I think we're going to try really hard with this one and get some good media coverage, hopefully, and have it live streamed. We're going to be working on some fantastic catering, and it's very, very exciting. We've had an unbelievable take-up. I'm gobsmacked with how many entries have come in. We're over 160 entries now, I think. We haven't even gone out to market with it as such. We've just literally announced it on Facebook, a soft announce, really. And the names that we've already got in there. So obviously, but we've got Elliot in there for all classes. We've got Craggy. Obviously, we're going to have you. We've got the Skidmores, the Halls, Lewis, just so many. Basically, Sloppy as well. I think I've seen Sloppy come in. I haven't actually had a chance to run through all of the list, but comprehensive. So super happy for that. Hopefully, it's going to have an international flavour as well. Hopefully, we can get sort of Brandon and Billy over because they normally come over for the DXR race at Easter as well, and then we'll be starting to use our connections and get Leroy doing his bit to get some good names over as well, because they're normally more friendly with Lee than they are with me. So it's going to be easily the biggest race that we've done. I'm very excited. There could be some collaborations as well that could come along, but nothing more to say on those at the moment. It's going to be a cool race. More details to follow.
I'm looking forward to getting hold of a few people who I'm friends with over the years and making sure they come.
Yeah, exactly.
Get that international thing going, and definitely push for an international meeting. We'll do a big launch soon, and then it will start to really ramp up, and then it will start going crazy, which is good.
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's that one from CJ. Next one into Jonesy Cram. And his first question was, and this is for you, Leroy, not for me. Who has been the most obstructive teammate you've ever had?
Obstructive.
Obstructive.
Most obstructive teammate I've ever had. Neil Craig.
Wow, I didn't expect that one. You need to actually give us a real one. He's your best mate. You can't choose that.
That is my real one.
Really?
And not for the reason you probably think. He was just better than me when I was at Associated, and he was obstructing me getting a better deal. So I had to leave Associated at the time and venture to pastures new to start my career, ultimately. But not obstructing in a bad way, of course.
No. I think we were one in the dirt. I don't think we were one in the cop out. I think we wanted the beans spill.
Do you know one while I'm thinking?
For me?
Yeah.
I haven't had that many teammates, weirdly, or many that I've not been really friendly with. Like I was with Sloppy at Kyosho. That was very harmonious. Lots of porn watching and just enjoying racing RC cars because we were young at the time. So I couldn't say he was obstructive, and I was quicker than he was, so that didn't pose an issue. He was new into 8th, so I don't mean it's. I would say for me, and it's only just because he was in. For me at that time, I guess I was a pain in his butt, and he didn't really know me. Kevin Moore, when I first joined the Thunder Tiger team,
right,
and he'd been there a while. I think he was coming to the end of his career of racing because I think he stopped. I don't know whether he stopped halfway through that year or at the end of that year. He was always fine with me, so nothing to be obstructive that way. But there wasn't ever any information swapping hands that I can remember, really. And I was beating him as well, which tends to turn people off quite quickly, I've found. I think then if you stick at it long enough, you get past that, and then you realise they're nice people, and it's all fine. But I guess he would probably be the only one that I can think of that was obstructive in some ways.
Yeah, I can't really think of anyone. I've got to be honest.
Isn't that good though?
Yeah, I've been quite lucky where I can, choose where I wanted to go, and also base that opinion on the people that are already there.
Yeah.
So I've never really had that. I don't know.
I think if you go in and you're winning stuff as well, people tend to want to be a bit more open with you because they want to find what you've got anyway. So you've almost got a hand to start with, so you don't get that confrontational side, I guess.
No, exactly. Yeah, I can't really think of anyone.
Boring. I was expecting this could have been a juicy one.
I know. Yeah.
Phone could have been blowing up in 2 minutes' time.
I need more teammates.
Or beer.
Or beer, yeah. If we give me some more beer, we might be all right.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get the truth come out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that one. Oh, God, my phone's going. It's falling.
Happens to the best of us, mate. What's your favourite time in RC?
Normally the time the buzzer goes and I win the race. Right? Because that, it's
good
time,
answer.
It is time and stuff. Is that like just a year?
Don't know. Jonesy, give us a steer on the full meaning of that question.
Let's take it as a year. What was your favourite year in RC?
Oh, my favourite year in RC. I think my year with it would be a close run thing. Obviously, the year that I won it with Kyosho was cool, and I enjoyed that. That was a nice achievement and all that sort of stuff. But I think my year with the Thunder Tiger was my favourite year in RC because when we did that move, I think there was a collective, probably like we've all thought with Ryan with WRC, there was a collective. What the hell is he thinking with that? That's him done. He's just managed to get decent and get somewhere up the top or win it, and then he's left. And that turned out to be a fantastic move. We ended up winning 5 of the nationals. I think the last 4 in a row we did, or something like that. And it was with what was basically a ready-to-run car, really. I mean, it was sold as a ready-to-run car at stages of its life. So that was my favourite time. Just, I guess, proving people wrong a little bit, because there's always people that will tell you can't do this and you can't do that. And in my experience, you just got to not listen to them and get on with it and prove them otherwise. So that's my favourite time.
That's Cool. Yeah, mine was 2010. It was that that Neil Cragg obstruction of my years of associated that forced me into a change of career. Not change of career, change of team. And I went from associated to Tamiya. It was a pretty big step. Everyone knew that their car was okay, but you know, it's a bit of an unknown, really. And won quite a lot of things that year. Won the national championship in four-wheel drive. In two-wheel drive, I tied for the win, but didn't win on countback. But that was back when I was running a rear motor car and everyone else had mid-motor cars.
Yeah.
Because Tamiya just released one, but it was like a B4 kind of copy as such. The 201. I've done a video on it. Watch it. And then I went to the Euros and won both the Euros, which I've done the videos on as well. That springboarded me into a professional RC racer. So that was my year, 2010.
A good one, and lasted all this time as well. So a similar thing, I guess. Really, it's sort of taking that leap. Sometimes is good. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it can backfire badly for you. But I think if you've got enough conviction, you can make most things work in life. That's what I think, anyway.
If you try hard enough, anything can work out.
Exactly. Who has been the most influential person in RC? Now, I don't know whether that's holistically again of RC in general or RC for you.
So say it again.
Who has been the most influential person in RC?
Neil Cragg.
My God. You're going to give that answer for everything.
Yeah, at the moment. But it's like, I mean, there's lots of people that have been influential. I can't even say it.
I want to say a doctor about that. I don't know. Get another one. Beer assistant?
You could say that, my dad's really influential for my life, but not so much RC, apart from the fact you just get, supported and pushed. But I can't really look past Neil for that kind of thing. And it's purely from driving, because he was so good at an early age that if I wanted to win stuff, he's the guy I had to catch and beat.
Yeah.
And I also like the way he went about is the way he did things. We spoke about it many times. He wins as well as he loses. He's very gracious in both. And always impressed me that. And that's just what I kind of aspired to be like. It was like, be as fast as that. And try and be humble with it.
Yeah, good.
You?
Most influential. Two would spring to mind. One would be my dear friend Jamie Booth. When I first started, he was already at the top of the tree, and he always had time for a nobody kid that was a nobody kid, and that always stuck in my mind. And I was very lucky to work with him on a business level and all that sort of stuff, like various times. He's still a dear friend now, so he'd definitely be up there. And also our own Graham Wright. I mean, he gave me a tremendous amount of his time as a young kid, and I used to go over to his house and sit with him while he was doing cars and stuff for us, and he ended up coming to work with my dad and all that sort of stuff. So he was quite influential, I think, for me, in good ways. So yeah, lucky that there's been quite a few for me, really. I'd struggle to pick a standout, so I'm going to pick those two.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, there's many people.
And
over the years.
Great to see, sorry, bud, but great to see Graham back, like we've said, 15 years after I last did anything with him, and he's back waving the Nemo flag and helping any driver from the team that wants it, just like he was back in the day. He was really one of the pioneers of being at the track and actually supporting everybody that was running a product, not just one guy that's out there winning, but anyone that had bought his car, which was a Leroux at the time. He was there to help them, and I guess that probably stuck in my mind subconsciously when we started Nemo. That's the way that you do it. You get out there and you help the people that have invested into you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to go with Graham. Actually, I'm going to pick him out. He's been the most influential, and influential in Nemo as well. But not that he would know that, but there he was.
There you go. Good one. Next one.
Next, yes. Can you recommend a nice bottle of red wine for the Christmas table?
That's all you, mate.
I can, because if we just fluff for about 20 seconds, you'll see ping up on your phone something that I nicked off Google so that we could discuss it. So apparently, if you've got a bit of turkey, you need to go for a Cabernet Sauvignon. If you've got a bit of old beef, a Malbec. Malbecs fix everything. if you basically don't know what you're doing, just have a Merlot, because that's inoffensive and tastes least like vinegar out of all of the above. And if you're feeling ballsy and you like a bit of duck or guinea fowl, or your name's Rumble, because he'd probably eat both of those things, you'd go
And
for a Pinot
haggis.
Noir. And haggis. I mean, that is Rumble in a bottle with Pinot Noir, isn't it?
Oh, well, there we
So
go.
there we go.
You've done a bit of research.
Exactly. No further research required.
Where's
Still
the
there.
Shiraz?
Don't know, just didn't make the cut, mate. It's just not good enough.
Just shit.
What will be on my table will be whatever the co-op's got, probably.
Yeah.
So that's that done. I think Jonesy did actually clarify period of time during racing.
He clarified with something that still meant nothing to me.
Period of time during racing. That would have been for favourite time in RC, I think.
Yeah, no, it still makes no sense.
Period of time during racing. Favourite time in RC. My favourite time in RC is definitely the anticipation when you turn up to a big race and like everybody's full of enthusiasm. No one's got tales of woe of the marshal treading on the car and dog shitting on the track and taking it out. All the crap that we all come up with. Nothing's happened yet. Everybody's excited. And that buzz is definitely my favourite time. My least favourite time is packing up and going home. It's you get that RC hangover that we've spoken about before where it just feels really shit that it's come to an end. Even when you've won, it still feels a bit poo because like you're happy because you've won, but you know that you're going to have to wait for another time to do it again.
Well, it's shit either way because you go home thinking this is shit, I've done crap. Or you go home thinking, oh man, I want to stay here forever because I've won. But,
you know who was the funniest for that for me was little Johnny Skidmore. His enthusiasm at the end of race, if he'd won or if he hadn't, that summarised that feeling of now it's come to an end and I just want to go to the next race. Yeah. Be like the F1 circus and just travel from race to race to race.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, apart from 2020, my life felt like that anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's been very different this year. Very different.
Yeah.
So the next one we had was from Kev, which was a very sensible question about inclined kingpins, and I'm not going to bother going into that because I know nothing about it. And whatever I do think about it, someone will think exactly the opposite. So that one will just be boring. That's too grown up a conversation. That one, Kev. It's a good question, but we'll save it for the Pivot Ball C Hub one. We'll put it all into one Leroy special video coming up.
Sounds great. I spoke a bit about it today on the live video.
Screen near you. Yeah, exactly. Manny, will we find out what the new LMR 8-scale body shell is going to be named?
We didn't actually choose a name last week.
No, there was good ones coming in. I quite liked a few of them, but
I liked a few of them. But I still can't get out of my head the full thrust.
Well, we'll go with that then.
I think we could name it an FT. And for anyone that ever watches this, you'll know exactly what it means. It's the full thrust.
The full thrust. I like it.
There you go. It's no factory team over here, mate. It's full thrust.
There's no factory team. No.
I think that's what I want to call it.
Okay. There you go, Manny. Last question for me, which is also shell related from Mr. Roscoe, is has the new shell been tested? Was it any good?
Yep, we tested it. We both tested it.
Yes.
It was good. It definitely did exactly what we wanted it to. It creates a little bit more air,
isn't it? It's got a little bit more front end. It's also more settled with it, which is unusual. I think normally if you make a car have some more front end, in my experience, it's just more difficult to drive normally. And it's not. It just has more front end and then is more planted and jumps very well as well. So I think that's going to be a very good shell for guys to run. Certainly to have it fly with.
Exactly. It just creates more aero, which, some are a believer in aero, some are not. I know you were skeptical on it, but it does make a difference. And I think it just pushes it into that ground a little bit harder. It gives you a little bit more steering, but it also makes the car stay against the ground a little bit more.
You can definitely feel that.
And stuff. Maybe you still want to run a standard body because you don't really want the car.
Yeah, stuck
in. You kind of do, but you kind of don't. But on dirt and stuff, I think it's going to be a very nice body.
Definitely, and any of our guys, will have my shell there, or a practice shell. You're welcome to throw it on your car and feel it yourself. Try before you buy.
Try before you buy. Exactly. I've got a nice white one now that will fit.
I was going to see the doctor about that as well.
That one doesn't fit.
No. So that's my questions done. So I think there's a few questions coming from the sidelines. So I'm going to throw them back over to you.
Yeah, it's been a bit quiet. I'm going to take the opportunity to say, like, if you are watching down the side, there's quite a few you watching, just hit the thumbs up button. It takes you 1 second. I know, some of you are just watching to see if we say anything bad or good, but if you just hit that thumbs up button, you'll make us all happy.
And subscribe, and stop telling us that we're gay in the comments.
Yeah, I had to take that one off. It started to annoy me.
You're taking it off?
Yeah.
He's come back. He's come back today as YouTube user. He's got a different name.
No, that was one that was on the other day. It was on YouTube user.
Was it?
Yeah, it was very strange. I even went on his profile and decided to have a little look what was going on.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, very strange, very strange. I mean, he might want to be. I mean, make me an offer, pal.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, that is.
Kev says there is a touring car body called the Dog's Bollocks. I hope it is.
Yes.
Barry Abbott, let's just give this a shout out. Boughton Raceway is currently undergoing some alterations. It would be great to collaborate with Nemo and get a 10th meeting organised in the spring. 100%. I love going up to Boughton. John, you never come there, I don't think, so far. So it's a cool track. They used to have an 8 scale track the other side, but I don't think that's there anymore. Big. It's not high by either. The cars float and move a bit, which is cool. Very nice track. It's a bit out in the middle of the east side of the country. It's like kind of Kings Lynn area. But yeah, wicked place to go, and it's lovely scenery, and it's just a nice place to be. Yep. So yeah, send us a message, Barry. Hopefully we can sort something out with you.
Sounds good.
Johnny Skidmore said, is there a fresh track for the Easter race? Not really, Johnny. No. It might have some tweaks, but it will be ultimately the same layout, because when you invest so much in oil and stuff, we don't want to be digging the surface back up anytime soon. And we'll try and make it a bit like the famous races out there where the layout doesn't massively change, like your Montpelliers, where it doesn't massively change, but we'll tweak it and make slight alterations.
Yeah, so come practice. Not that you need it, but come practice.
Yeah.
Did you have the live N5 RC question on yours, which was, I'm running the beta wing on my 319E. How much does the wing height affect my rear traction and handling as a whole? That's quite a good question.
That is a good question, and it affects it a lot. The higher you have the wing, the more leverage you get pushing the rear wheels into the ground. So thus you get more grip. It will jump a little bit more sketchy if you've got high winds, because it will try and push that arse end down. But other than that, the higher you get that wing, I mean, when some of the other manufacturers brought out 15 mil higher wing mounts, it was to get more traction, especially if you've got a beta wing. She does sit up quite high. So
yeah,
normally I run mine in the lower position. But
yeah, exactly that. I think because inherently the beta wing is up so much higher than the normal, you want to get it down a little bit. I think it can tend to feel a little bit like a pendulum when it's up quite high with the beta wing. Get it down low and you get the best of both worlds. For me, it just, run it down low, put a beta wing on it, fit and forget, just go racing. Yeah,
it's a big wing, and we don't need it really up high in the sky. It's probably higher than other wings anyway, so you don't need it massively high.
Yep.
So Scott asked about new shell, so we've answered that. When will a new shell design be available? So it got shipped back to our mold man. So they've just got to put the line markings in for the shape, because obviously we get a mold and then it gets sent to us. We fit it, make sure it fits, cut it out perfect, and then we ship it back, and then lines can get put on so you guys can just follow a line. So I think by the end of the week that should be ready to go. And then obviously depending on how many we order, they'll probably get pressed over the weekend and early next week, maybe early to middle next week.
It's pressed. Yeah. We're very close now with that window mask and all that sort of stuff, but that's all underway as well. So yeah, I think we're nearly there.
Yeah. So almost there. Another week or so. If we do have our race this weekend, we'll push through as fast as we can to get them done for the weekend. Craig Homer says, now I've had Gil Losi Jr. on Cars at Rocked, I need to get Cecil Schumacher on Masami. Possibly. Although I don't really, Masami maybe, but he didn't really design them, he just drove them. Maybe I can get Masami on. We'll see. I don't know who to do next. I might just do a couple of without a guest and then go back into a guest. I don't want to do guests too often.
A lot of work.
Yeah, and it's like the video quality is quite low because you have to use Zoom and then it all looks weird. And it's not as easy as just filming it with a green screen and playing around with it. I say it took about 2 days to edit that video, and it was nothing special. It's not like I'm winning a Grammy or whatever they are these days.
We'll nominate you anyway.
Hey,
we'll nominate you anyway. We'll just go for the champagne.
Thanks. Have you guys thought about bringing back balanced wheel trims? GW holds the patent.
Who's posted that?
Glazer.
Really? No. I think with an 8th car, by the time we've gone over jump one, Johnny, any balanced wheel trims are probably in the field opposite. Especially if I'm driving the bloody thing, poor thing. Yeah, interesting.
Winnie says, is it possible to run the Nemo track in reverse?
Very possible, and it's very fun. And that might happen for some other races, possibly.
There you go, win-win. Sarah Campbell, East Shrewsbury track is undergoing a complete revamp. Hope to get the Nemo lot up there in the spring. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll want to be coming up.
Yep.
We want to go to all the tracks, really.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this year's been just so weird. Nemo's built really on being at all these different races and tracks that we can take in years gone by. Literally since we started, every weekend we're doing something somewhere. So this has been an odd one for sure. We'll be there.
Ivan says, JQ back or good for RC? I think he might mean bad or good for RC.
Blimey. Good. It gives us something to talk about. I've said this before, I admire what he's done. I know it's bloody hard to bring a car to market. Polarizing, opinionated, narcissistic.
We need people like this in the world.
Yeah, it makes it more fun. Definitely makes it more fun. And I think, he sometimes makes people think about things more than they perhaps would ordinarily. So I think that's a good thing.
Yes. Go down to the bottom, make sure I not miss anything. Barry Abbott said the 8th track is back up and running, old school grass track.
Wow, that's cool.
We should do a weekend of it, do like a Saturday 10th scale race and a Sunday 8th scale race.
Mate, I'm going to find some step pins and then go and rinse everybody on my step pins, A-mark step pins from 1832.
Mate, I will bring it to you.
In his set of tyres that are next to the free rides in his bag, he'll have a set of A-mark step pins.
I'll bring it to you with a set of pink turbo rats.
There we go, exactly. Or some blue Raptors.
And
then he said blue waffle then, but we don't want any of that in the bag.
No, I had that. Tried it once. It was terrible. It's not like they said it would be at Denny's.
No, they lie.
Craig Homer, why are most of our tracks clockwise? The fuel tank is on the wrong side.
Yeah. Don't know. Why are they that way?
Is there any tracks that aren't?
Kent,
yeah.
Because that's always a pleasure when you're doing quick pit stops at Kent. It's just in and out and
bosh.
That flowy thing, yeah. Past that, can't think of many. Past that,
no, I can't either. Just trying to think now. Deerdale.
Is Deerdale?
Deerdale and
yeah, isn't it? Yeah, that's so weird, Deerdale, because like the straight is like a straight but not a straight, and a corner, and the pitch is offset, and it's just really weird when you first stand on that rostrum. It's a bit trippy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
there's a lot of angles going on. Just stood on the rostrum before you've even started.
It's like
work.
Did they miss where to put this and just like leave it here?
Yeah, exactly.
Very strange. Okay, cool. Quake says he has an airbrush gear coming soon, hoping to get a wicked paint job going. Any color scheme suggestions from Kevin Quake?
Send it in to Mr. Talbertini. He'll sort you out. He'll get you some colours going on.
Orange. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm a fan of orange too. Still a thumbs up from our man GW Racing. Hopefully, he was on earlier on as well.
Cool. Don't know where you saw your thumb. Oh, there. I see him. Bad MCC. Is that's clockwise?
Yeah, it is. Barkley got so many things right, and I'm sure a host of other people, so I don't want to offend anybody, but there's a lot of things right at that track. We've mentioned it so many times on these streams. We need to try and get there next year and do a race so you can see it. It's awesome.
So Johnny Roberts says he likes Deerdown, and I think I know why. Do you want to tell people why?
I think Johnny did all right there once. I think he managed to TQ around and then went home. I think we covered that as well.
I think we might have, yeah.
Yeah, I think we might have done. So I'm not surprised a little secret agent likes it.
Kent is now anti-clockwise, apparently.
Yes, I think that's what I said. I think that was the only one I could think of was Kent.
No, it's anti-clockwise now.
Oh, it's changed. Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Wonder why they've done that. I can't imagine that track going the other way around.
No, not gonna. There's new people there now, isn't there?
Yes, and we wish them every success with it.
Yes, we do.
Be good. I think there's hopefully there'll be an SRS. I'm sure there'll be an SRS there next year. It'll be good to get back down there. Right, it's good.
Grass is red turbo rats, says Graham. So you've heard it here first from the Oracle. I'm winning with turbo rats.
That's it. And Graham's probably still got some of them in stock.
You know what? I am shit on grass.
Well, don't smoke it. That's what I would say. Just stay off it. Stay off the beta blockers, and just turn up as lead.
Ape scale on grass. I never managed to do well at any of the old nationals.
There used to be an ape scale racer that was very good on grass. Nigel Harvey. That guy was often under the influence, and he was good. He was good on it. He made semi-finals and stuff.
Yeah,
impressive. God only knows how good he could have been.
There's quite a few Italians and stuff that are the same.
Montpellier. I don't know which ones they are, but it normally stinks, doesn't it? We're outside.
I do, but I won't say anything about it.
Yes.
There's some very fast ones, I can tell you that.
Yeah, exactly.
Normally ones that take a few people out. I wonder why.
Yes, exactly. They probably can't see it. That's okay. Just put me on the track at the same time. I'll sort them out, mate.
Yeah.
I like breaking a heart or two with
So
them.
they're on grass and you're on red wine. It's a perfect mix.
Yeah, exactly.
Barry says, what do we think will happen with the BRCA National Series when Kev and Suzanne stop? I can't think who would take on the running of the section.
And neither can I. So hopefully that won't happen anytime soon. Because it's a big job. It's a thankless job. There's always people that think you've done something wrong. No matter how much of your own time you give up to try and do something for everybody, there's always people. I mean, and especially we live in a world now with Facebook and everything else where everyone's got an opinion and everybody is, the brains of Britain, I guess. So I'd not like to think about that. I think they'll hang around for a while longer yet. I think they love it. They've been doing it as long as I can remember an 8 scale. The first national I ever went to, they were doing booking in and out of a van. So let's hope that carries on for a long time. Yeah,
me too. Lovely people. But yeah, there we go. Ben Kennett says, good RC things to watch, similar to the Come Drivers documentaries. Just watch RC cars at Rock, mate.
Yeah, just watch that. I can't think of anything else. Don't watch anything else.
Yeah, I just go back and watch old races and stuff sometimes. Normally with me in it, so I can see if I was good or not.
Do you ever get a different result when you go back and watch it? You're like,
sometimes it's definitely different to how I remembered it.
Well, that would be the grass once again.
But it's funny how I can watch a race, and then instantly I remember what happened on the next lap.
That's a talent. Yeah. I can't even remember the field normally.
I can remember how the car felt to drive, everything. Weird.
Really?
Yeah, very weird. I'm thinking about what I can change the setup.
That's a talent, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not when it's 10 years later. It's a bit
Or
past
2
it,
and 4.
isn't it? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you're probably not going back there.
No. So, yeah. There we go.
I don't think I've got anything else.
We've done an hour.
Wow.
Graham, we touched on that earlier a little bit. We're going to update people in the next day or so on Facebook.
Yeah.
Any chance we'll get some more onboard footage of Nemo Raceway soon?
Yeah, I think that would be good to do. But there's probably quite a bit more actually I've got, just not got around to cutting it into anything. But yeah, we'll definitely try and get some more footage done and some more drone stuff done. Our man Roscoe has got some cool stuff that I've seen of some drone footage at the track. We've got one as well that we could throw up into the air and buzz around for a bit. So that would be a good thing to do. It's just trying to find time to do those things. They're awesome things to do, and I love it. It's just trying to find the time to do it.
Yeah, if we've got a GoPro, I'll happily whack it on my car for an afternoon.
We'll find one.
Yeah. So yeah, just answer the next two. Mike Cherokee says, sorry if it's been asked already, just tuned in. Any big changes to your Yokomo program for 2021? Some big news here in the USA. Yeah, we touched on it earlier, Mike. We're just hoping everything gets into a better place soon. Everything settles and we'll be all good to go. The On-Road podcast says, any news on a temp scale race at Nemo? I mean, we were going to do one and then kind of lockdown 2.
That's pointing at you.
Oh, yeah, we were going to do one and kind of lockdown 2 smashed its way into our lives, isn't it? So it's going to be early next year now, I'd imagine, when we can guarantee some okay-ish weather.
Yeah.
For the temp scale program. It's Stuart Cartwright. Hi, Stu. How are you doing, mate? Yeah,
absolutely definitely want to do one, and we want to just not do one. We want to actually get it going. And yeah, I mean, from my point of view, it would be cool to see some 10th scale racing on dirt, because at the end of the day, that's what these things are designed for, isn't it?
Yep.
It always surprises me that there is now, I think, unless I'm wrong, there's nothing on your national calendar for 10th that's dirt. Is there anymore?
No, I haven't had since 2008. 7.
That's
2007.
Wild. And then, when you put that into context, when you rock up over at Reedy and you throw your car down on dirt, that's a big ask, isn't it?
Or any European event, really. So I was the last person to win a dirt national in the UK, 2007.
Look at that, collecting those accolades.
Yeah, there we go. And the last person to win a two-wheel drive dirt event in the UK, that'd be yours. Oh, just throw them all. I love dirt. Barry, yes, we have lots of A319s in stock at the moment.
We do. 10th scale trucks would be cool around Nemo, all one of them.
Yeah. What would be cool is the four-wheel drive ones. They'd be awesome. We don't obviously do one, but they would be fun.
I haven't seen one of those. Is that going to be any more successful than the two-wheel drive truck class that was coming to dominate the world and then lasted the shortest period of time I've ever seen in RC?
Yeah, no. Probably sure.
Who does those? Is that what Schumacher have done recently? Is that their truck?
That's a two-wheel drive truck.
Okay.
So
who does a four-wheel drive truck?
Your American companies.
Okay.
Techno.
Yeah.
I think
PR
have made one.
I think you might be right, because I can remember having a conversation with Billy.
Yeah.
Getting excited about a 10th truck a little bit.
So yeah, that's that. Proline Dirt Arena, that was around in 2010. Proline Dirt Arena. First time I ever tested my Tamiya two-wheel drive was on that track. Lots of memories. So yeah, there we go.
That's it. Well, I guess it's sign-off time, really. Glazer's just put one in there. Dave Mackey for BRCA chairman. That would be a great suggestion. I'm fairly sure did he do it once? No, he didn't do it once. He did Slough, didn't he? I think, Johnny Boy. I don't think Dave would be too interested in that one. So it's a lot of work, but he would be a good guy for it because he knows all about it. That's no doubt about that.
There we go.
So,
That's it, folks. We hope it was semi-amusing tonight. There wasn't so much laughter. We need more wine next week.
we do.
We'll have more to talk about next week anyway. So yeah, all good in the hood.
Hit the like, subscribe. What else do we do?
Share if you want.
Share.
Sharing is caring.
Don't leave any gay comments. If we get hurt, we're only trying to do something that's fun.
To be fair, leave the gay comments and
Not-
just
not-
leave your message number or whatever.
Not fun behind Waitrose or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, just enjoy the fact that we've got an awesome hobby. We all love racing our RC cars, and we're going to be back out at it hard very, very soon. And we'll give an update on Nemo this weekend tomorrow. Either way, and yeah, I think that's it, isn't it?
That is it. You've done the sign off. All good.
See you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.